What's up, mechanics? Happy Tuesday. Welcome back to another episode of Tool Tuesday here at the VIM Tools headquarters.
Wow. We're energetic today.
Yeah, big day. This is a fun episode because we're gonna answer everyone's questions from the 2 episodes ago video.
The reaction video.
The reaction video. There was a whole bunch of questions. We had like 270 comments or something. And we like to go through the comments, so that was a lot. And so we sifted through them, found the ones that were asking questions, found some that we wanted to respond to.
We also got some cool stuff to show you. A little blast from the past. We talked about it a lot, but now we're going to show you some of it.
Yeah. One of the questions was asking if there was any old tools or catalogs or videos from factories and whatnot. So we're going to go through some of that. And I guess we'll just dive right in. So we'll start with that question. Are there any pics of old tools, catalogs, warehouses, factories, etc.? Yes. This right here is like our little archive. And there's a whole bunch of old catalogs in here. There's some from, actually the very first catalog is in here, right?
It might be, or we might have that in a separate one just because that one is a little delicate. Old, man. These are really old. I mean, look at this. This one was probably the best preserved one. Look at this. Oof.
It's all laminated. This is
the Jetsons, before the Jetsons.
This one's from the 60s.
Look at that. This is like from the 60s, yeah. And it's for all of those who you were asking.
That's still in our product line.
Oh, yeah. You know, since when have we been in the automotive industry? I think it's safe to say that it's been quite...
Those are still in our product line.
Similar. Very similar. That...
Ooh, we actually have this one.
It's actually right there.
So this is a hollow punch set, and it came in this metal tin case. Bam.
We actually got this, I think, because someone saw our channel and said, hey, I have, this set that my grandfather used that I think it'd be cool if you guys had it. So that was pretty nice.
Yeah. We have people sometimes at shows or expos, they'll come up to us and say, hey, this has been in my garage for a long time. My dad gave it to me. And it's still in the packaging. This is one of them. And, I mean, we can't tell you the year on this.
That thing is old, man.
Yeah, but what's cool is that we have the
sales flyer from it.
The sales flyer, and look how perfectly preserved it is.
That doesn't say a year on it?
No.
Made in the USA. Nope, it has our address on it.
I mean, it says 74 down here. Maybe that's the year.
I don't know.
But that's pretty cool. There's a set of metric conversion inserts. So it says, save money, no need to buy special metric tools, rapid, simple conversion to metric, and back.
I was telling Michael, before when we were looking through this stuff looks like I don't know how many marble guys we got out there, but this looks like something out of the Stark Expo, the throwback ones.
Yeah,
this
is
crazy.
Still in our product line.
That is the scraper that Mr. Jeff was talking about. That is the one right there.
That's the carbon scraper.
Look at that. God, this is cool, man. That we had until recently here.
Yeah, we just ran out of those.
Little piece of history. What else do we get on here? And then this is assuming the index. Look at that. That's for, I'm assuming, what would be for like a storefront to have a display of some sort with all the pricing of what it contains. This is cool, man.
Yeah, now for the first time, the long-established 162-item VIM tool line is offered in your area. I think that's when VIM first started distributing, to other distributors.
I think so. That's when we first started, like, the Jobber program, maybe?
For 20 years, VIM Tools has been volume sellers in a limited number of high-potential markets.
I don't love the format, but whatever.
A little hard to read. Come on, Ray.
Put your best foot forward with these VIM tools.
What else we got?
It's just a lot of old catalogs that are pretty cool to look at. This one's kind of beat up. I don't want to rip it up too much. But
like a little socket holder with a handle.
We still have these. We still have these USA made.
Yep, we still make those.
That's crazy. There's the scraper again. We still have these. We might still have some of these USA made here in stock. We definitely do. I know we didn't until last year. I just don't know if we ran out of them.
The distributor wrenches,
These 5 sets right here, 5 pieces. This is nice, man. We don't have much of this left, though.
I mean, we got all these...
the air hammer, but it's different now. They're not the USA-made ones anymore.
Yeah.
But, yeah, this was This was the heyday. This was USA manufacturing, man.
So look at this. We found on this catalog a picture of Ray Durston.
Look at that guy.
Look at that guy.
That guy right there is why we have jobs.
He is.
Crazy to think.
VIM tools, specialized tools. All right, what else we got? See, now we get into some of the newer stuff.
The nittier grittier. Is this a? Is this a memo? This looks like a memo in the form of an email before emails were emails.
What does it say?
It has a subject line and everything. To all VIM warehouse distributors. Subject, new VIM products. From Mel Durston.
Wow.
That's a memo, right?
Wow, yeah.
From the 70s.
Yeah, 1977.
That's crazy.
Durston Manufacturing Company.
Look at that. What is it, an addendum to the catalog? Yes, an addition of 12 new products. That's wild. Even back then, we were coming out with new products. 12 new products within a year. That came out in when? July. That's May.
1st.
So within 5 months of releasing the catalog, they had 12 new items.
Yeah. So here's the newer catalog.
And this one's got to be from the
90s or the early 2000s.
91. This
91.
one's from 91. This is kind of, this for 91. This is a fire little thing they got going on here.
I know, I like that a lot. We
This
have
is
some of
cool.
these sets still.
I'm gonna show one.
Oh yeah, you got them here.
And these are some crazy nice
Yeah,
pictures for
this one's from the year 2000.
They were before their time.
Which is crazy to think that this was 23 years ago. 24 years ago.
We were 3.
Yes, I was 4, actually.
All right, oldie. Look at that. We still have a lot of these sets.
Yeah, actually, we still have a bunch of these.
We do.
What do we got going on in here? We got these still. These brake shoe retaining ring spring tools.
Do we still have them?
I think so. The B10s.
Look at all this, man. There's that scraper again, man. Through all the years, it's just made its way up.
The scraper. We have one in the
This
showroom. We
one,
still have them
I
in
don't know
stock,
if I have
actually. If you want one of those carbon scrapers, it's part number C1.
We still got these bad boys.
V387.
The hood props.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Those are still like a good selling
They're still a
product.
huge selling item.
Yeah.
We sell a lot of those.
And the V388s.
The combination wrenches.
We have all of these wrenches still. Those miniature
we
wrenches.
have all those rails.
All the
This
rails.
is crazy how much the product line is stuck with a product. Or stuck like
Yeah, see the distributor
stuck
wrenches are
around.
still there.
It's all stuck around for the long haul.
Yeah. Ooh, 2007.
They got real fancy with the editing here. Look at that. Look at the stars.
It's the same picture. They just
put stars on it.
inverted the color and put stars on it.
I love it.
Oh, here we go. This is when the
when we got
pinstriping started to come out.
2010. That's when we got bad to the bone. And this is when you see some of the newer items that you see, that you recognize in our catalog now, but the colors and packaging has changed.
These are all of the items that have been repackaged into like the green cases and green foam and whatnot, but a lot of the product is the same. SHM400, SHM400A, PDM 100.
Now, this is where a lot of you are probably going to start remembering the product, because some of you might even have these blue cases still.
Oh yeah, I'm sure a lot of people do. Like we still have this set. We have all these except for that now. TMS 34PF. We have people tell us that they bought this 10 years ago and never had to warranty a piece.
We still have like all of this.
These
just
have
not
just
red
changed.
anymore.
These have just changed to green.
Yeah, we have all this stuff, just not red.
We have all of these pickup tools. Are those mag rails?
Those are different types of magnetic. Oh, these are, these are the mag rails.
Those are the mag rails.
Those are the magnetic rails up there. Look at that. We only had a few of them, just the blue ones.
2010.
That's wild. We only had the blue ones.
Yeah, wow. 14 years ago. What's next?
Now we're getting into
Now we're getting into like the
new
2018.
in 2020, which I mean, I guess this isn't as interesting.
All right, well, there's some of the old catalogs. I believe, we have some more old products out in the warehouse somewhere. We would just have to find them. But, that's very cool. We have all of this stuff still.
It is neat. It's neat to see that and have it.
All right, so he also asked if there were any pictures or videos of old factories or warehouses and things like that. We actually, on our Instagram page, one of our saved stories is titled Laverne, California. It is our factory that was in California. So we're going to go through it.
So this is the face of that building over in Laverne, California. This is what the front of that building looked like. It is older, but she did well. She did well.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, that machinery is very old.
Yeah, a lot of it dated back to World War II, which is part of the reason we no longer use that machinery, because when we moved it over to Tampa Bay from California, the city of Tampa Bay said, "What are you doing? That's not going to go up here. It's
Yeah.
not going to work. You're not doing that." It was grandfathered in.
Yeah, it was grandfathered in. You can't install that machinery in a new facility now.
They said, "No.
You can't.
This is not approved." And as a lot of you know, the city is a pain to deal with. These were all the dies for the different machines were. All different roll stamp dies, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. Man, because it was a full-fledged factory. And they expanded it like 6 times. Yeah, been around for a while. This is one of the presses they had over there. They were stamping out wrench blanks here.
Yeah, for the miniature wrenches, right?
Yep, for the mini ignition wrenches.
And those are the blanks.
Yeah, these are all the blanks. That's how they smooth them all out, so you don't, destroy your fingers on it and cut yourself because it's all sharp edges. That's where they smooth all the edges out before they go to stamping.
And that's them smooth.
That's pretty self-explanatory, stamping before heat treatment. So obviously you gotta stamp them while they're soft. Then you gotta make them hard.
Yeah, and that was them finished. And so that's some of the videos we have from that factory. That was what, 3 years ago, 4 years ago?
Yeah, that was 2019. So that's 5 years ago now.
Yeah, that's a little history. We have a lot of history. But that's actually a good segue into the next question, which was, do you have any plans for future American manufacturing? We have limited USA manufacturing currently. We obviously had a lot more back in 2018, 19 in the videos that we just showed. But as we said, a lot of that machinery couldn't be used here. So most of it had to be scrapped, donated, and whatnot.
It was worth more in recycled metal than it was to sell it, or even to move it for that matter, because it was so freaking heavy.
Yes. But we were able to bring a few machines in. So we do manufacture some things, mainly for private label, some small like bits and drivers, and we have some of those sets here. We only use that for private label. For the VIM line, we've pretty much taken it all overseas to Taiwan. A lot of the things that we wanted to release, we couldn't make ourselves. We don't have the machinery for it.
No, it's not that we can't, it's that it was going to take time and a lot of cash flow to do so. Because to set up machines that do what the machines in Taiwan do for our specialty bits would be a lot of money, because the volume is not as high as a standard bit set or something like that.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of money needing to be invested in that in order to be able to make them in the States and make them affordable. That being said, we are on the path to that. And within 2 years, we're going to see something pretty fascinating made in the U.S., and I think it's going to take the tool industry a little bit by storm, and I'm excited for that.
Not only in the U.S., but in Tampa, in our own facility.
At our old facility where we ran IMS, which, if you were paying attention in the last video, that was a business we've had for many years that we are going to make into a full-fledged factory. That is not to say that we do not have any of the USA-made stuff left for the VIM brand, but what happened is that most of our product line was not, it didn't look as good as the VIM, the Taiwanese made stuff, and B, the Taiwanese stuff performed exactly the same, if not better, than the USA made stuff. So, not that we stopped making it, it stopped selling as well, which is, it's in our control, but that is more of a consumer-led stat there, that you guys bought more of the Taiwanese made stuff. But we do still have some of them available, and I'll show you some of them here. For instance, this is our USA made bits, and this was what the machines we had were set up to do: make full length bits in both 1/4 and 5/16. So we have both of them here. I don't know if you can see that, but these are stamped USA made. Right, you see that right there? USA made. Anyways, this is a Torx bit set. You have 5/16 and 1/4 inch. The part number on that, if you want to know, because on our website you can still shop by just American made, and we have 10 or 15 sets on there.
Yeah.
And that is the VBT 550. The this is a 10 piece. Is it a 10 piece? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, it's an 11 piece torque set. And it comes with adapters, both 3/8 and 1/4 inch for your 5/16 or 1/4 inch bits. So it's a neat little set. Comes in these old rubber casings. These were also USA made, not rubber, but silicone material. Mm-hmm. This is what our machines were capable of making. US made. Still good quality, just, pretty normal. Now this is what you chose to buy instead, and why we decided to start making more in Taiwan, because we could not get that small of a bit with the same strength that we could with this big boy. So this small bit is actually stronger than this bit, and personally, that's just a personal preference, the finish on it is much nicer on the Taiwanese made product. Again, that's not to say the USA made stuff wasn't great. It's just that we were able to outperform it with the Taiwanese product, and then it started selling better because it looked better.
And unfortunately, because of all of the regulations that are here in the United States, and depending on where you are, we make it really difficult for you to be able to manufacture in the United States. And it's what makes it a lot of times very expensive.
Well, also, our sets, our tools are not necessarily cheap in terms of price by any means. That being said, This set specifically is our VHT77, right? It's a 77-piece bit set, and you have all these half-cut bits. You have Torx, Torx Plus, flats, Phillips, triple square, metric standard hex. You have a lot of different type of bits which require different machines, or one very expensive machine that does multiple, and they're all half-cut. And now the reason this set is so expensive is that the process to make these so stubby and to keep the same strength is that you actually have to make the full bit, harden it, and then know how to cut it precisely so that you don't actually just completely shred apart the bit, because it would just, what's the word I'm looking for?
Shatter, crack?
Shatter, yeah. So you don't shatter the bit when you're cutting through it, which is generally what happens.
Yeah.
When people try to make it, which is why you don't see a lot of these out there from other brands, and a lot of times there's a chance it came from the same place, and you understand what I'm saying by that. But these bad boys right here, nobody else can perfect because they're so stubby. They're actually, I think they're 5/8 of an inch overall length, and due to that, we have them paired up with our HBR5 ratchet that comes with that kit, and now there's nothing else that can get you into a tighter spot than that right there. Mm-hmm. We also have for the bigger boys the 5/16 side for all the bigger bits we have in this kit. Now it's a very complete kit, but if we made this set, and I think I don't know where it retails for, somewhere in the mid,
like 150.
Yeah, the mid hundreds. But if we were to make this kit in the U.S., this would probably retail for closer to $340, $320, something around there. Which, if you thought this was overpriced, I can't imagine what some of you would say to that price.
Yeah, an American-made set.
And now this isn't just an assumption of mine. We actually have plenty of customers that we've had to take on because they have, some of them are, especially with specialty tools, some of them have a 5-piece specialty set, right? And I'm not going to mention any names because that's just not what we do. But that 5-piece specialty set was very well designed and manufactured here in the U.S. Great product. It looked good. They put time and effort into it. The design was great. It worked really well compared to anything that was, competing with it. And it ended up having to retail for 5 pieces. You're looking upwards of $400 because it was USA made. And what happened? They couldn't sell them. They could not sell them for the life of them because they were so expensive.
Yeah.
So it wasn't recovering their costs. And as a business, as much as we love what we do and everyone loves what they do, you're in business to make money. And if it's not making money, the business won't last. So that is why we had to help them and are currently helping them move that overseas, because it's not feasible here, which is why we're working to bring stuff back in terms of our facility that we talked about. We want to bring it back in a smaller scale and start there and expand little by little. So we will have that USA-made portion of the VIM line available. It's just at the moment we don't have as much as we'd like to.
Bam.
I hope that was well said enough to understand, because I know I talked a lot.
Yeah. Okay. So now that's actually a good segue into the next question. Again, can we disclose who we manufacture for?
No.
It is not that it's illegal. But it is out of respect for our customers that we will not name their names and the products that we make for them.
Yeah, you don't sign like an NDA or anything of that sort, but it is more of a gentleman and ladies agreement when you do decide to start helping manufacture parts for another company, that you're not just going to go and air them out over the internet.
Right.
That's kind of an understanding.
Right.
Understanding?
Understanding.
Understanding.
Okay. That's good. Next question. How did you guys get the RoboGrip patent? That patent expired like 10 years ago.
That was back in the 90s when they had that patent, and patents only last 17 years.
Yeah, so that patent expired a while ago. Unfortunately, RoboGrip went out of business, and that's a whole other story.
And that's a whole other Sears debacle.
That's a whole Sears debacle, but nobody was bringing it back, so we decided to. We've had it for a while with our oil filter plier. We have that's part number V2400G, an auto adjusting oil filter plier that has that same auto adjusting mechanism as the RoboGrip pliers.
One oil filter plier, most oil filters. So for a lube shop, that is gold.
Yeah, so that was very popular, and so we just now released the regular style pliers with the auto adjusting mechanism. So there you have it.
Also, keep an eye out because for you heavy duty applications, for all those industrial uses, we have a super large oil filter plier coming out with that same mechanism on it, and I guarantee you won't find that anywhere else.
Yeah.
Also because it's very freaking expensive to make.
Yes. So someone asked us, why don't you reach out to Jeff and do a joint video? Jeff at the Den of Tools. And we've reached out to him, and we thanked him for the video that he did and the time he took to do that deep dive. And as for a joint video, maybe in the future, we're talking to him about it. He might be getting some of our products so that he can review them on his own channel, and we'll see where that goes.
Also, I kind of want to take this chance to mention that video that he made, right? Whether it be positive points or negative points that he made, whatever it was, the time that he put into it and really the accuracy in which he relayed that information was very impressive. And I also commented that on his video. And I want everyone to know that we did not take a defensive stance on that video at all.
No.
It was not a, hey, you're wrong. No, it was more of a let's, expand on certain topics and clarify some points that were in question.
It was an opportunity to share our history.
Exactly. And we took it as nothing more than that. So it was not that we got offended by it or anything, because it does seem in those comments like a lot of people were jumping to either our defense or his defense and saying we shouldn't be so defensive. And I think you're missing the point. The point was just to inform and to expand on certain points he made. That's really all it was.
Yeah. But either way, we did reach out to him, and
he's a cool dude. We have no issues with him at all.
So we're gonna maybe do some things with him in the future, and maybe you'll see. So this isn't really a question, but it's kind of a statement. But I wanted to say it. This guy says that his Snap-on dealer warranties VIM products on his truck with no fee. And yes, every dealer should be able to warranty VIM products on their truck with no fee. The fee, and some people were taking it, because there was another question that said, if I warranty this on the truck, am I going to have to pay the fee? No, the fee is just something that's on our website for people that bought from an outside distributor and then choose to warranty with us directly. If you go to your form of purchase, whoever you bought the VIM product from, they'll warranty it for you with no fee. Especially the dealer on your truck. He'll warranty it, no fee.
That's the funny thing. Among all the people and all the comments that we get about this, it's maybe 5 to 10% of people who have to pay a fee by warranting it on our website because they either didn't buy it from us or they aren't going through their form of purchase.
Right.
Which are the only ones who talk about it, because why would you talk about a warranty that you don't pay for?
Right. And so, look, here's another comment. I picked up one of your sets deeply discounted on eBay because it was missing a piece. I wouldn't expect you to cover the cost of your products sold by questionable sellers online. I have no problem with a $10 fee. And that's the biggest thing. There have been companies, whoever they are, that have tried to knock off our products and sell them online. And we found them on Amazon. Do you remember that?
And they're not necessarily huge companies that are doing it, but on Amazon...
No. They're not big companies. They literally said VIM Tools, but it was a knockoff. It was not our product.
And you can tell because it says made in China when that product is made in Taiwan from us.
Well, yeah, and the color of the packaging would be slightly off. The logo wasn't exactly correct. And so there was no way for us to know or how to control what goes online. You can't, when we saw that, we were like, well, how do we know that there aren't people selling knockoff VIM products on eBay? You can't really control eBay. And you're exactly right. If somebody loses a couple pieces in their set and decides to sell it on eBay, and then the person that bought it is like, hey, these pieces broke, so like I need these pieces to put them in the set that he just bought. How are we to know that that wasn't the case with many other people that try to warranty online?
Also, you try to obviously you try to give everyone the benefit of the doubt, and that's that is the first step, trying to give people the benefit of the doubt. But as I'm sure you all know, the majority of human nature really is to take advantage of people, and that's where we're trying to protect ourselves a little bit in that aspect. So we still give you the option of getting your free warranty through the correct method, but we also have to cover our butts in instance where people try to take advantage of us, which happened for a very long time, which is why we changed to this.
Yeah. But if you go through your original form of purchase, there is no fee. And if you bought it from us, again, there's no fee. And obviously, if you bought it from the dealer, which is what we suggest, the truck, no fee.
But that's enough. We've talked about this way far too much for what it is. So I think
Yep, we just wanted to address some of those comments. That's all. And now, someone said, are you car guys? Show us what you drive or your projects. 1320 video should do a garage video with y'all. Yeah, I mean, we like cars. I have always been into low, fast cars. Right now, I have a truck. And that is the first car I've had that is not a manual or lowered or fast.
Tis true. I do. My car is my first car still actually was my Jeep Wrangler that I got in high school, and little by little, summer job after summer job, it's just gotten nicer and nicer and nicer and nicer. Which in retrospect is kind of dumb. I've put way too much money into a car with 100,000 miles, but I like it.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I need new tires. There goes $2,000.
Bing, here's a picture of it. My first car was a 2003 Audi A4 Quattro. And that thing had been through some days because it was a hand-me-down. It was my brother's, and he would race it. And then it was my sister's, and she raced it. And then it was mine. And when I got it, the turbo needed to be rebuilt. It had 3 different sets of wheels on it. None of them matched. Same with the tires. I had to replace the clutch, and it was just falling apart. But when we did put it back together, it looked pretty good. Here's a picture of it. Bing. So I loved that car, but eventually it did give out on me, and then I ended up getting a 2013 BMW 335 IS, which is one of my favorite cars of all time.
Let's just talk about how you went from like you were like, this thing barely ran. His speedometer didn't work in that Audi.
No, my speedometer
And then
didn't
one
work.
day he showed up in a 335 IS, brand new.
Yeah.
I was like, well, something changed.
So I love that car. That car was amazing. And then after that, I had a 2016 Mustang GT.
I learned how to drive stick in that Mustang. That was fun.
Yeah, that Mustang was beautiful. Most people rice out their Mustangs, and I feel like that one was done just right. It was lowered. I kept the stock wheels. I really liked the premium wheels that they had for the GT premiums because they had the track package too. So they're really nice. I think the tires on the rear were 275s, and I put spacers on them, and because it was static, lowered, but the fitment it just looked really good. And I didn't track it. I took it to the drag strip a few times. Actually, the one that Cletus bought.
What time was that? Oh, 13.5?
I think I ran a 13.5.
And then I showed him probably a year later on video that a Jeep 392 would dust him in a drag.
Dude, these cars now are insane.
Right?
Man.
It's crazy. It is crazy.
Tesla's kind of ruined everything, though. It's like now a soccer mom can pull up and drag you in your Ferrari.
That's a hot take. Teslas, what do we think about them? I know what you're going to think about them.
Yeah, what do you guys think about Teslas? All right. But, we're also... So, hold on. So, I had the Mustang. My Mustang was very bad luck. I got into a lot of accidents with that car. Not because it was my fault, except for one of them.
You know what's funny? They always say that, but you're actually not lying.
I'm not lying. I was rear-ended a bunch of times. I was at school.
It's not what they're going to think.
I was in class, and I came out, and my car was hit in the parking lot. I hydroplaned on the interstate once and kind of went off the side and hit the barrier and I wasn't speeding. I was literally just driving straight. My tires were bald though.
So what happens when your tires are freaking $400 a pop?
And so
You're
it's
in
kind
college.
of look. It was a bad omen, that car. So I got rid of it. I got a truck to kind of calm down a little, and and then we started getting into ATVs. You had your four wheeler and your Razor like long before that, but that kind of got me into four wheelers. So then I have a Kawasaki KFX 700. And as soon as I got my truck, I got a four wheeler.
It was a very bad impulse buy that I pushed him into, and we both were happy he made.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's worked out over time. When I bought that four wheeler, it was a POS.
It was rough.
It
was rough.
barely ran, and that you have to fight that thing every time we take it out. Because we went camping recently, and look, it's not running right now. You will go camping, it'll break, and then you have a year to get it running again, and then it breaks. But as long as you can get it running for that trip, then you're good. But so I went downstairs and I took a little video because we have them all in the warehouse. Okay, enough of that. We only have a few more questions left. Someone was asking about student discounts. And yes, we do have a student discount. It's 10% off on our website. How do you access it?
So if you go to our website and you put something in your cart, pretty simple, go to view cart and you just scroll down a little bit and it's going to say you enter promo code, and there'll be one for military first responder discounts as well as a button for student discount. And you'll have to go through Verify Me to actually enter your ID into that, and it'll verify that you are in fact a student, and that's where you'll get your discount code.
Also, I would like to say, Cletus, if you somehow get a hold of this video, we would love to sponsor a drag event. I know you do a lot of events at the Freedom Factory, and I think VIM Tools would be a good sponsor.
So I'm going to be honest with all of you. I don't watch YouTube videos. I don't. I never have been. I never understood it. Since I was little, I've never been a YouTube guy. That being said, I do know he has spoken about Cletus since we were like 16 and talked about it nonstop. So this means a lot to him. To me, not as much. But if you want to help a brother out, the week he gets married, yeah, he thought I was going to let that slip. Homeboy gets, the time you're watching this, he will have been married for a couple days already because he's getting married this Friday in West Palm Beach, which, as you're watching this, was last Friday. Why he's sitting here talking a lot about his past because he's freaking out.
Freaking out about the future. No, I'm very excited, but we're going to move on. So, shipping to Australia, question mark. We don't ship internationally on our website currently, although we are trying to set that up. Right?
That is our next process. We want to try to help make it more accessible for all of you who are not in the States to purchase our products and have them shipped to you internationally easier. That being said, it is a slow growing process. As I've talked about multiple times, we don't have many people here. So this is all very new to us, and we're trying to figure out how to best do this with trying to avoid credit card fraud, because that has happened a couple times already. So we don't want to deal with that. But we will figure that out. And currently, we do have a lot of distributors, though, that do ship internationally. So if you just look up, VIM Tools, just look up VIM Tools on Google, there's going to be 3 or 4 things that pop up that are not our website, and most of them probably ship internationally.
Yeah. There you go. Just Google VIM Tools, and you'll find those distributors. 2 more questions. One was, I asked my Mac dealer about a new set, part number DSPA 200. He said it's not in the system. How long does it take for tool trucks to get new products? Only a couple weeks. The DSPA 200 specifically, we received inventory of last week, like at the end of last week. So we just got it. That would be the reason your dealer at Mac hasn't gotten it yet. But
that's also not on your dealer. That's a lot on us. We tend to jump the gun here on this show, which my customers who watch this hate me for, and I do not blame them. But that is also a way that we judge forecasts for how much we need to order, how many more we need to bring in after that, and on top of that, if there are any changes needed to be made to that set, we can get that information beforehand. So it is both a blessing and a curse to have you guys telling us what we should and shouldn't do, but sorry to my customers.
Yeah, we like to get ahead of ourselves, and we show a lot of prototypes and things that are going to be coming out in the future because we like to get opinions.
We're also excited about the products
and
ourselves.
We like to show them here and give you time to suggest any changes while there is still time for us to make those changes. So it is what it is. But we just took delivery of it. So usually when we take delivery, we have already loaded the product with those customers. So
I say 3 weeks is solid because we send it to
Yeah.
a warehouse, send it to a truck. So I say 3 weeks after we receive delivery, a truck should start getting it in.
Yeah, but your dealer should be able to take that order now.
Yeah, I don't know why it wouldn't be in
You
the
may just have
system.
to wait a little bit. Last question. Can you guys come out with automotive pry bars?
So, to make a long story short, no. But the reason for that is that there are so many different. The market for pry bars is very saturated, and like I've said, we don't try to do the same thing as many other people. But what I will say is that our friends over at Mayhew Steel Products make some pretty darn good pry bars, and they are USA made. Leading back to what we were talking about earlier. It is a company that is based in Massachusetts. They have been around for over 100 years. They make pry bars, and it is their proprietary product, and they make freaking good ones. They are USA-made pry bars, and they are the king of making those USA-made pry bars. If you will need a pry bar, check out Mayhew. They've got a full array of different sizes. That being said, we are coming out with mini pry bars. We're coming out with mini angled pry bars in different colors, like the old snappy ones that had the pressed-in clips, not the ones that wrapped around that kind of popped off. The ones with the magnet on the top, there's slimmer handle, so it's not a big bulky handle, a little pry bar. We'll have for your dealers, we'll have a full truck display that you guys can keep on your truck with all the different colors, decked out in VIM, yada yada, pop one out at a time, cool. And then for all you end users, we'll have 2-packs that we sell. We'll have straight and bent, pink, purple, blue, and green. I think it'll be cool because there's some unique colors that not everybody has in mini pry bars. And believe it or not, a small product like this, we did a lot of R&D on it because we talked to multiple dealers and everyone wanted those old style snappy ones, so we went with that design. Some mini pry bars have gone crazy in price, so we made sure that we're in a good level there. We're not not crazy. We're not cheap, obviously, but we're not crazy expensive. We're under most brands.
Yeah, and wait until you see the colors. They pop. Like the colors came out really nice. So, but I don't know when we'll have that. It'll be within the next 4 months.
It'll be a little bit. And for all those of you still watching, and the ones who had a couple questions on ETAs, off the top of my head, I know for a fact people were asking about the extra long box end fixed on one, or deep box on one end, ratcheting flex head box on the other. That set is the DFXL 100. That set, like I said, is going to be expanded into a full set so that there's no skips between 8 and 19.
21, I think we were going up to.
Whatever it is, the expansion set, we're still looking at about 5 months. So it'll probably be June before we see those. That is not the news you wanted to hear, but it is the honest news. And was there another one? I don't know if there was another one. I think that's it. That's the only ETA we had.
I don't know how long this video has been going for, but I'm sure it's pretty long. And if you guys stayed to the very end, we thank you very much. And also, again, thank you guys for all the new follows. I hope that this answered some of the questions that you guys left in the comments. If we missed any, leave them down below, and we will try to get to them next episode. Usually we do comments first, and then we go into products. So this was the questions day. Back to our regular scheduled
And if you
programming
did stay till
next
the
week.
end, just comment, stay to the end, don't say anything else. Let's do
No,
some
give him a code word. Brady. Comment Brady. I'm looking at a Brady jersey, so just Brady came to my mind.
Brady, okay. Brady, comment Brady, and we'll see what we can do about getting you a little something for your loyalty and your patience.
Yeah, comment Brady, and then we'll reach out to you, and maybe we'll send you something.
Bottle opener.
All right, peace out. We'll see you next week. Have a good weekend.